welcome to another episode of Breeze and Bants. Today you have the one and only B-I-C-K-E-R, that's me, Jimmy B, with a mic, 1, 2, 3.
The B-I-C, the R-I-P.
That's me.
It's the Breeze and Bants podcast, baby.
The Breeze and Bants. I don't wear pants.
Got
the third of ants.
Yeah, exactly that. What's going on? I'm Josh and I'm feeling rather. Yeah, no, I'm good. Before we go on.
Go on then.
No, go on.
Carry on.
Go on, big man.
How's your week been?
We'll hold up. Before we get into that, little bit of housekeeping to do, alright?
Housekeeping.
As always, we usually say this at the end, but I think it's probably going to work out a bit more beneficial if we said at the start. So, please head over to our YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, fucking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, literally anything we're on, you can search for us, and then please subscribe, rate, review, and all that shit, because it really helps the algorithm push us up, which means more people listen, which means more episodes come out. It's pretty much that simple.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one as well, wasn't it? With obviously Facebook and that, not letting us share shit.
Yeah.
That was weird. So we're trying to be a bit careful of what we say because we're.
Yeah, because you can post anything on Facebook, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
But that's what happens if you mention anything against the grain, I guess. They're on you like flies on shit, wee man. You know, so
don't mention fingering your nan on a podcast because it won't be allowed.
Don't mention COVID.
You fucked already.
AstraZeneca.
Yeah. I've still got 60% off, guys. So if you want to head over to
AstraZeneca on OnlyFans.
Fuck me. I've had a quite busy week, to be fair. I've been working a ton of hours. Been London today. That's always fun. To do 80 miles, 3 hours, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I've had a pretty chilled week, to be fair.
Yeah, another thing. Did you see today that the old fucking...
just take that information and I'll explain after.
Yeah, okay.
All right, okay, cool.
Right, yeah, that's fine. But did you see that there was some people that destroyed the stones? And
I did, yeah. It's very local news. Stonehenge, fucking
breaking news
around the Wiltshire area. We have not arsonists, vandalism going on at Stonehenge.
We live literally right next to Stonehenge, and some Just Stop Oil goons thought it'd be funny to go and fucking volley some orange onto the stones.
Honestly,
if I was there, I'd have dropped the cunts.
Yeah, I would have just fucking haymaker them, mate. Mugs.
They would have been stone cold, stone of rock bottom, and DVDs all in one.
Yeah, all I did is I just seen the post and I just first read it was commented on it saying I would stand for this if it was what was it? Oh fuck! It's something to do with gingers anyway, because it was orange paint. I was like, they could have used the orange paint for justice for gingers, the bastards. It's fucking ridiculous. But they're Just Stop Oils to save the planet, right? They're spraying aerosol into the planet. How did they get to Stonehenge? They clearly drove.
Yeah.
You can't pick and choose. Go turn all your oil and electric off, you little prick. Do your bit instead of vandalising shit. Do your bit. You know.
Very weird.
Blocking up the fucking roads.
Did you see it's
ruining,
a 45-year-old man? He's blatantly a virgin at home.
He's going to be on non-sketches next week.
Yeah, fucking non-sketches.
Did you see that guy in Salisbury?
Amesbury,
was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fucking, he was blasé, wasn't he? He was like, yeah, bro, I don't care. What the fuck?
He was like, yeah, come and have a beat with me now. And the bands are fucking.
I got loads of them.
It's like...
You're going to do it like this. My week's been chill. Working, and that's pretty much it. I've been fucking tired, so tired, man. It's ridiculous. There's not really much more to say from me because I've just been fucked. I've been so tired.
I've been going to the gym every day, where you haven't been.
No,
I was up at 3:45 this morning.
I went today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so fuck out of here.
Yeah. But no, yesterday I celebrated 365. I was going to say 349.
349. 365 days sober, baby.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Big goal.
That's good.
But I'm going to go and break that this weekend. So.
We're really excited to be a year sober. Can't wait till the weekend so I can go get fucked up, basically. Well done.
Yeah.
Round of applause for Jamie V. Well done. 1 year sober. Nah, proud of you. Very well done. Very well done. Serious moment. Serious moment. Hand jobs all around. So,
Have you got any facts?
I have.
Oh, okay.
So, did you know the average speed of ejaculation during sexual intercourse? Do you want to guess around the average speed that ejaculate you come?
30 miles an hour.
28 miles per hour.
Oh, fucking hell, I was close.
Yeah, it's
Nuts.
Yeah, nuts. Ooh, coming at ya, Cleopatra. Anyway, yeah, that's my fact. Any from you this week, or
I have, yes.
did you know it's illegal to own more than one guinea pig?
Did you know 1 in 18... No. No, on a serious, there's a thing called Cotard syndrome. Heard of it? Cotard syndrome.
Cotard or cock? Are we talking?
Cotards. Cotards?
Okay, anyway, go on.
So true thing as well. It's pretty fucked up. Cotard's delusional or walking corpse syndrome is a rare mental disorder in which the affected person holds the delusional belief that they are dead, do not exist, are petrifying,
Anyway,
or have lost their blood or internal organs. So they basically think they're a fucking corpse.
I would see. Okay, that's weird.
Am I right in saying this is right? Like Putre fying. F-Y...
Putrefying.
Putrefying?
I don't know, I guess
Not
so.
supposed to say petrifying, is it?
No, I don't, don't know about that. That's fudge for you, that's fudge for you.
And one to bring us onto our topic today. Most people in Britain believe in ghosts more than they do God.
Wow, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it was one in the other. Like if you believe in ghosts, you got to believe in a god, but maybe not. So it takes us on to our topic. Our topic today
is dun dun dun
ghosts. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Something strange.
Actually, don't sing it too much because you might get flagged for that.
Oh yeah.
Jen, you actually can get flagged for even singing lyrics. It's ridiculous. Cool. So yeah, today we're talking about ghosts. What we believe. We've each chose like a haunting to like sort of discuss, talk about that sort of thing. Gonna go through.
Yeah, cool.
I've chose a haunting to talk about.
I've chose one that I fucking found and thought sounds alright.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna go through that. All of that sort of shit. So stay involved. And yeah, I did ask for ghosts, like anyone in Instagram who'd encountered ghosts, but no one got back to me because
Did any spirits get back to you?
I don't know. It's like fucking most haunted. What was his name?
Derek.
He's like I can feel one coming in. I can feel one.
What was her name? Siobhan or no?
Yvette?
Yvette, yeah. Yvette
Derek
Fielding? Yvette
Yeah,
Fielding,
Derek and Yvette, the biggest fucking pranksters of our lifetime, going on Most Haunted Life. My parents used to believe it. They'd be like, it's fucking real. It's fucking real. There's people. There's ghosts. And then all you see is a man in a black cloak at the bottom of the fucking corridor chucking a penny. There's a ghost chucked a penny. Fucking shut up, Derek, you big dafty. Honestly, did they got caught out? I swear they got caught out, like being hoaxes, like pretending he's possessed and shit. He's coming. Anyway,
I have to go home and watch it now and have a cheeky pee over
it's a comedy show. It's a comedy show.
Is he dead now? Did he die, that guy? I'm sure he did, Derek. Derek.
He'll never die. He'll be with us forever.
They stuffed him. He's like in a museum, like
he's at the Warrens Museum next to Annabelle.
Yeah. So,
Ghosts. Ever seen one? Have you ever seen one?
no, I haven't ever seen one.
Because when it comes to ghosts, I've got one
memory that I've never told anyone about, but I'll let you do yours.
I've got one memory that involves you, which always to me stands out, and it's that picture with the little girl's face in between that person's legs.
Oh, what I showed you years ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I don't know if that could have been fake as fuck, but
That I don't know. That always like it could have. Yeah, but that just sticks in my head. Never seen one. Witnessed my parents do a Ouija board.
Have you like ever like heard anything like random though, or like?
Nah, the So when I've told a story before about when my parents were doing the Ouija board, I heard the kettle go, and I swear, like I didn't experience it because I wasn't like clearly involved, but to me that was like solidified it. The other fucking sketchy thing that happened to me was not too long ago. I was at work, and I was working at like this fucking castle.
Oh yeah, they're nice.
And
when you get them
the owner, she said, basically, you've got to go install some equipment in the blue room. Just be careful because there's been lots of reports of ghosts in there. I don't like going in there. I've heard shit in there. I've never installed a phone so fucking quick.
Did you get the vibe of like someone was there though? Like
yeah, but I had that going in there because I was already scared. But I was fucking petrified. I basically closed my eyes. I was like, nah, because I believe in it like so much. I was like, I can't. The biggest worry for me is if I see something that's going to change my life, I'll never be able to sleep again. That's why, like, the idea to me is like, I'd love to go on a ghost hunt. I'd love to go to a haunted place
and stuff, can't you?
Yeah, like all the YouTubers I watch do ghost hunting. I'd love to do that, but if I fully experience something or something like,
it'd fuck you up.
I think it would like mess me up. That being said, if we get 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna go do a ghost hunt. I reckon so. I reckon we should set a target, like little bits like that, because the idea is like from this to experience more shit, right? Okay. So, like, if we get like certain amount of things, we should like once we start like if we start getting somewhere, we should start doing like live ghost hunts and like posting YouTube videos and weird shit like that. You fucking sketchy.
Fucking what, you just fucking around chucking like a vibrator at my head. Oh me, that was a big goal. Fucking hell.
It's Derek the dildo. So yeah, that's what I'd like to do, but we'll see how it goes. Go on then. Anyway, you said you.
Oh yeah, no. So I've had a couple of weird, like, not the one was like where basically I used to live in a place called Tisbury with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and it was a really old, I think it was like a mill, something like that.
Right.
But I'm sure it was like in the, I want to say 1400s. I don't.
Shit, that's old.
Well, I don't know. I might be making that date up, so don't hold me on that. But basically, they converted it all into like houses and flats.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to have my like DJ decks in one room.
Right.
And when I was on my decks, I had that presence of someone just standing there over me.
Oh, no, fuck that.
Do you know when you can just feel
like
that energy?
Your hair starts standing up.
You can feel that energy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can just sense that energy.
It's like when you're in a room on your own and you feel like someone's just staring at you.
Yeah.
And you feel like that feeling. Somewhere's a little bit darker.
But I didn't want to say like out loud going, oh, if someone's there, can you close the door? And he'd go,
fuck yeah.
Because I wouldn't have gone back.
Like, what would you actually do? Like, what would you do? Like,
I don't know.
Like, this is my problem. Like, I watch so much shit on YouTube where, like, obviously, I know it can be faked and stuff like that. There's 4 YouTubers I watch who do ghost hunts. Sam and Colby, which did the Conjuring House, which was fucking amazing. Highly recommend. The Overnight channel, which is someone called Alton Castle, I think it is. He's currently doing one in the Japanese not allowed to say suicide, forest, and I'm watching it now. It's like a 3-part, and it's fucking nuts. It's like, so like, and then the other one I watch is like Twin Paranormal. But I was watching this last night, right? And I shit you not, this happened. He's like, they're in the forest, and obviously people go there to, you know, do themselves in, basically.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And this guy walks past, looks super upset, weird, like, it's 1 a.m. They're fucking 2 kilometers in the middle of this forest. This guy walks past them wearing jeans and a jacket, not like a hike or anything. He's got a torch, walking down, gets to the point where shit usually goes down. The guy there starts praying, right? One of the guys who's recording the video starts praying. 20 seconds later, the guy walks back smiling in Japanese, says thank you, but they don't know what it means. Like what it is. So he says something, they Google it, and it means thank you. They then speak to the ghost box, and they ask the ghost box, like, it's just like a recorder.
Yeah.
Right? They speak to the recorder, and they're like, what was happening to the guy walking up there? Why did he come back? And the voice literally responded saying, because what you said was beautiful. And it was like, like, you watch it and you're like, oh my God. Like, it's weird, man. You gotta watch, like, you gotta watch it.
That's freaking it.
Like, I've seen.
What, do you reckon that was a ghost or a person?
I don't know. Like, it depends what you believe. If you believe in God, you can believe it's the power of God, fucking positivity. You can believe anything you want. really, when it comes out to, but that, like, yeah, I just like watch this.
Tell you
shit.
what, a good place to do that around here would be
Go on.
Savvy. Savnak.
Savanac, yeah, or the one where they believe they've got like the big witches thing. Can't remember where it is. Well, there's in Gloucester, there's the ancient Ram Inn. That's where I'd like to go. It's like one of the most haunted places in England, and it's like an inn, and like it's like £25.
All right.
To, like for the night, and you can go in. Obviously, you got to buy all the equipment and shit.
But yeah.
But like
what, like, because
I've seen the YouTubers do it.
And like the
like the EVP and so. So basically, there's like different types of ghost hunting equipment. You've got an EMF reader, which is electromagnetic field reader, which basically has got like green to red lights on the top of it. Spirits are supposed to give out like an electromagnetic field. You put it in, the light goes up when it senses an electromagnetic field. You've got they got these like spirit boxes, so it's basically like a radio. It uses radio signals, tunes through the radio signals to pick out a voice and says a sentence. But in like radio, it could be like 4 different songs. You've then got a
that's trippy, isn't it, that?
Yeah, you've got I forgot what it's called now, something box, which basically you put on the floor. It's got an antenna. There's basically a field around the antenna. If anything enters that field, it beeps.
Right.
Yeah, there's so much shit, but they use like cat balls and torches. Like, you know, the torches magnet at the back. Tap, tap. Like, they're like metal torches. They've got like a magnet at the back. You tap the back, it turns on. Tap it, it turns off. They put them down and they ask them to touch that, and it fucking goes on. Yeah, anyway. It's good shit.
So we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
I will just rant about like stuff I love. I just rant about. So I'm gonna go through the different types of like spirits that they believe there is real quick. So these are the ones that they commonly believe to exist. So you've got a residual ghost, which is something that's associated with a traumatic event or strong emotions, and they're believed to be like past recordings. So you know when like people see like the Grey Lady.
Yeah,
and it's at the same place all the time. It's like a recording in time, just playing over and over on a loop. So that's what you'd call a residual ghost. You've got an intelligent ghost, which they're believed to be conscious entities that can interact with the living and their environment. So they're the ones that would be sort of living at a place or with an item. They're like be attached to like a place or an item. Then you've got poltergeists. They're the ones that are basically known for their ability to manipulate physical objects and create disturbances in their surroundings. Poltergeist means, in German, noisy spirit. They're usually seen as like negative, but what you've got to remember is a poltergeist is anything that can move something.
Yeah.
So even if you have like a intelligent haunting and they can open the drawer and shut it, that's technically a poltergeist. So they're not always like bad entities. Then they've got one, I don't know if you've heard of them, shadow people. So they're basically just dark, shadow-like things that you can see moving.
Okay.
And then you've also got apparitions, which is basically a ghost that you can see, like visually see, like the grey fucking outline. And then you've got demons, which I believe to be sort of spirits, entities, not people, just dark fucking shit that can be conjured or whatever. And you've got elemental, which are basically earth, air, fire, and they believe there's like elemental spirits. I mean, elemental spirits isn't something I believe in, but like, yeah, that's sort of like how they categorize them.
Okay.
So if I seen a demon, I'd shit myself.
I shit myself most days. So
like, you know when you see shit like online, like these ghosts. Shit,
yeah, I know.
Like, how much of it do you believe though?
Well, it can't all be fake.
It's like aliens, isn't it? It's like UFOs. Like, there's so many reports that some of it's got to be real. It can't all be fake. So what, like, if you were to see a ghost, what do you think a ghost is? Like, what do you actually think it is?
Before we do that, I didn't let me finish my story about what I've earlier about my like little trippy. So yeah, I had that one.
All right, yeah, go on.
With at that house, but I also had one at your old house in Coltsfoot Close.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. That I get.
That was a fucking old house.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But I remember being in the bath once, and your mum holding me under the water now.
Fucking die!
Nah, and I remember, so the bathroom was here, your bedroom was the other side.
Yep.
I remember me being in the bathroom and like getting bangs on the wall. Boom, boom.
That was me shagging.
No.
And they're like, yeah, go on, go. If you smell.
You used to share a room with your sister, so that was...
No. Your brother. That was even worse.
No, that would trip me out.
Well, funny you should say that.
No one was in there.
Say that because that's where my dad told me he's seen something.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, he said when he was, like, leaving the bathroom at the top of the stairs, he just opened the door and this bright light just flashed and then disappeared. Like,
oh,
and he was like, he was
man,
physically scared as
Because
well.
I've never told anyone that.
Like, he was physically scared as well. And, like, my dad, like, you know what I mean? He does it. He's a northern lad.
We'll get into that as well in a bit, but because I reckon they'd summon shit there as well from what they were doing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, probably. Fucking hell.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Wajeka man. Cool. So, shall we get in some like story? Because I don't know.
Let me go because mine's short and
You
sweet.
go with that one.
Because mine's about a place called. Fucking hell, it's in
This is where we've chosen the same place.
So I might be a bit jittery here. Jesus. Hold tight the YA. So it's called the Skurd Inn. It's in Abergavenny in Wales.
Abergavenny in Wales.
And it's like the Skurd Inn is a notable inn in Abergavenny, Wales, with a rich history dating back over 9 centuries. It is reputed to be one of the most haunted locations in the UK. The inn's first floor once served as a courthouse, where it was believed that some of the 180 felons convicted and sentenced there still make their presence known. Among their convicted felons, some were sentenced to death by hanging, and visitors to the inn today can still observe the noose hanging from a beam over the stairs. Oh, fucking hell. I didn't even read that properly.
Okay.
Yeah. According to what I know...
Hold on, let me just start. So they can see a noose?
Yeah, that would be true.
Like a ghost noose? How does that work?
No, so there's a noose hanging.
So there's actually a physical noose?
Noose, yeah.
Oh, right, okay, because I thought it was a goat, like a apparition of a noose.
Casper, like they're like...
Like a fucking rope is now a ghost. Like, it's a bit ropey, lad.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
According to what I know, the Skurd Mountain Inn is located in Laverhangle, Clora's home, Clorancy,
Monmouthshire, yeah.
Wales. It is known for a supernatural repetition in its history. The inn is said to have been used as a rallying point for the local supporters of the revolt against Henry VIII, led by legendary warrior Owen Glyndwr. There is a legend that Owen Glyndwr rallied his troops in the inn courthouse before raiding nearby settlements that were sympathetic to the English. The probability of the answer being correct is very high. Blah 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 blah. So,
but yeah, basically, the place in Wales is haunted as fuck.
It's haunted as fuck.
I wonder if like the noose swings or some shit.
That would be like they should have a camera just on
Well,
that
this is the thing.
at all times.
This is the thing with all these haunted places, right? I'm telling you now. You've got the Conjuring House. You've got all of these places which are supposedly super haunted, right? They see people get dragged. They fucking shit moves all the time. Why have you not cameraed up the whole gaff? Now, a lot of people say that you don't catch shit on camera because they know or there's an electro frequency or whatever. But I'm not being funny. Like, camera it up.
Yeah.
Like, camera up. It's like the whole, like, Ed and Lorraine Warren thing, you know, like from The Conjuring.
Yeah.
So they were real people. But most of what they did was all hoax. Like, it's been proven. Like, a lot of what they did was, like, fake. Or they would say it was haunted, but in reality, they'd get their pipes fixed next week, and all the noises would stop. You know,
okay.
So like, they are believed to be like some of the biggest hosters of all time. But obviously, there's some people on the side of them, some people on the side of that, which is like standard. But yeah, why wouldn't you just fucking camera it up, mic it up, and just leave it
like every day? Yeah,
like literally just live there normally, but just have cameras everywhere. Why is that not done? You know, it like especially in this day and age, get a Ring fucking camera. It's not hard. It's not hard to like camera somewhere up, and that's why this is what I like about all like the shit I watch on YouTube, because they put a camera in every room, and you can see everything.
Right.
In every room. So like I've seen one where like balloons start moving, fucking shit moves and stuff. And it's really interesting, like, because like the laws of physics, like you can tell, like, obviously I know people can edit shit and I get that, but a lot of the time that it's like raw footage, laws of physics sort of doesn't add up. So it's sort of, that's what led me to believe. So I chose the starring house of The Conjuring 2, the Enfield house. Okay. So a little bit of backstory for me is weirdest thing.
Have you ever seen it? Because we do a lot of driving.
Listen, this is fucking weird. I was listening to a podcast about the Enfield house.
Right.
And I fucking drove past it when I was listening to the podcast.
Did you?
Yeah, and then late, like I was on my way to a job. I was listening to the podcast on my way, drove past it, and as I was on my job, I was like, I'm in Enfield. I'm gonna like see how far away it is. And I like Google Maps it, and it was literally the road I drove down on the way to work. But I didn't choose that podcast. It was like I choose like a podcast to listen to, and I listened to their whole catalogue. So it just happened to be that on that day, as I was driving through, I was listening to that podcast, and I was like, what the fuck? So then on my way back, I like drove past it, got out, and just like walked up to the wall out front of it.
Is it anyone living in it?
No, so it's just a normal house.
Yeah, no,
people live in it. Yeah,
there
it's
is.
a normal house. There's no ghost hunts, nothing like that. It's just a normal house. You would walk past it 10 million times and you'd never know. It's just a council house in Enfield. That's all it is. But the fucking story is nuts. And the craziest thing about it, which I'll get into, is it's reported by the people who lived there, the police, the fucking journalists. Ed and Lorraine Warren were there for a day, like all this shit. So it's like one of the most reported in the sense of a group of people reported it.
Not
so like
just
usually
the one person. Yeah.
Usually you get like the one family and it's like, our house is haunted. And then they get a priest go and they're like, yeah, it's haunted because they're a priest, you know?
Yeah, it's some sage.
So yeah, it's some sage. So yeah, get your ears ready because this is you're in for a little bit of a long one. I've tried to keep my notes as good as possible. But the fun. First off, I'm going to start with a fun fact, not a fun fact, but a fact about the story. So Ed and Lorraine Warren were not directly involved in the Enfield hauntings. The Enfield poltergeist case, which occurred in the late 1970s, involved the Hodgson family in Enfield in London. Although the Warrens visited the Hodgson family and conducted investigations, they were not extensively involved in the case. They were only there for a day. The primary investigators were Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair. These guys documented and researched the paranormal activities at the Hodgson's house. The Warrens provided slight bits of assistance and support during their visit, but their involvement was not as prominent as portrayed in any media descriptions. So, The Conjuring 2 bases the whole thing on the Warrens going there. Like, a lot of it's based... Yeah, they're there pretty much the whole time in The Conjuring 2.
I can't remember.
They go back a few times because their daughter goes a bit scatty, but, you know. So, here's the story. So, what I've found is I've gone very factual, kept the stories, but only tried to keep the stuff that is reported by other people. Right. All right? So... The Enfield hauntings, also known as the Enfield... Stop me at any point, because it's a lot. So, like, just stop me whenever, because otherwise I'll just be reading. Also known as the Enfield poltergeist, sent shockwaves through the paranormal community and captured the attention of the world. And it all began in 1977, when Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children started experiencing strange and inexplicable occurrences in their home. Furniture was moving on its own, unexplained knocking sounds echoed through the house, and objects were thrown across the rooms. The eerie incidents seemed to centre around Janet and Margaret Hodgson, the 2 youngest daughters of the family. It was as if an unseen force had singled them out as the focal point of the paranormal activity. So, pausing there, it's always kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's always kids.
Well, they say, don't they? The kids, like, when they're younger, their penile gland is, like, a lot open.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's something to do with it. And
they've got a wider imagination. Yeah. Now, let's just say it's a...
And they say they can see spirits and stuff.
Yeah,
and
dogs as well, and animals.
Yeah.
So, for me, like, the way I look, like, if you're looking at a dark spirit, a demon, a poltergeist, something like that, you would find a kid easier to possess, because what if they feed off fear? You're not going to go for
Yeah.
an adult. You're going to go for a child, right? And that sort of thing. So it all depends on what these, because a lot of people feel like the spirits, like they get their energy, so they have to get energy to be able to act and do shit.
Sure, yeah.
So for an example, some ghost hunters, they'll go on a like ghost hunt and their camera, the battery will drain super fast.
Yeah.
And that's when they start experiencing more because they've got the energy,
Yeah.
you know?
And that's the same sort of thing that happens as well in like the UFO
Yeah.
thing, isn't it? Like,
Like
that
they're
sort
around
of-
like nuclear plants
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of shit, yeah.
It's all to do with energy and frequency and all that.
So fucking mad world we live in.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Ed and Lorraine Warren, although in The Conjuring 2 are highly depicted as being a massive part of this, due to it being in the UK and only visited for one day, many believe it was due to the publicity of the hauntings. Paranormal investigators Maurice Grosse and Guy London Playfair were drawn to the case and dedicated a significant amount of time to documenting the phenomena at the Enfield house. They witnessed firsthand the girls allegedly levitating, speaking in strange voices, and objects moving seemingly by themselves. But one of the most spine-chilling aspects was a voice that emanated from Janet, claiming to be Bill Wilkins, a former resident who had passed away in the house. Now, this is one of the most believable parts, because in The Conjuring, it's the real
footage. Yeah.
And
That is
she
trippy.
has the like she's got that, and like as I'll get to in a second, the craziest thing is she knew stuff about that guy's family, his job, which she would not have known. So when she was speaking in like this voice, she was saying shit that only he would have known,
Right.
or close family and stuff, which could be proven.
See, I'm gonna have to go ahead and watch this now because
Fuck it, it's one of the scariest ones, I can't lie. So, Janet's possession by the spirit of Bill Wilkins became a focal point of the investigation. The voice speaking through her exhibited knowledge that only Bill Wilkins would have possessed, adding a layer of authenticity to the haunting. Recordings of these sessions have been analysed by experts, further fueling the debate between skeptics and believers. So you can find it on YouTube. The Enfield house in Enfield has a history dating back to the 1920s when it was built. The previous owner of the house before the Hodgson family was a man named Bill Wilkins. He passed away in the house in the 1970s, and it is believed that his spirit made contact with the Hodgson's family, particularly through Janet. The haunting of the house began in 1977 and continued for several years, with Maurice Grosse and Guy Playfair actively involved in the investigation during this time. The specific dates and times of the occurrences varied, but the peak of the haunting and possession of Janet occurred in the late 1970s. So bearing in mind, I will talk about this later.
That is fucking trippy.
Why the fuck would you go through it with so many years? Dip.
Yeah, bounce.
Just dip. Right? And I will repeat this because I writ this down in my notes. Is like, they said to her, why haven't you moved? She's like, I want my children to have a settled life. Settled? You're in a house where your fucking drawers are flying everywhere. Fucking marbles are being thrown at people, allegedly, and all this shit. She wants them to be settled? Are you joking? Fuck out of there.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't stay there, would you?
No.
You'd bounce.
No. So, the Enfield hauntings garnered substantial media attention and sparked debates about the existence of the supernatural. While some dismiss the events as a hoax or the result of psychological factors, others pointed to the compelling evidence gathered during the investigation. This case remains one of the most well-documented and controversial hauntings in modern history. So, that's sort of like an overview, right? Mm-hmm. So, that's sort of like just sort of like a little bit of fact, a little bit, not like too much what happened, but like these are the people, this is sort of an idea of what they seen, that sort of thing.
Like, what's happened to them people since?
So this, I couldn't find too much.
Because
I
I know
if hidden
some
themselves.
of them didn't want to be named, did they? Because
No.
it said that on the film.
And a lot of people, like, it's really hard because it depends what you believe. Now, if you went through it and you knew it was a hoax, you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to get caught out.
You don't want to be fucking.
But if you went through it and everything's calmed down, it's not happening anymore, you don't want to bring it back by talking about it.
yeah, because you can speak it into existence.
Exactly. So that's what they call a tulpa. So
Right.
that's what they call a tulpa, is something you can talk into existence. And a lot of people believe that's what like demons are, this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is people are bringing them in.
Bringing
And
that energy.
even like skinwalkers and that sort of
Yeah.
shit, they believe they're like, a lot of them are tulpas, where they're believed so much it brings something to existence that can happen. Because when you talk about stuff, think about stuff, you bring energy. You're constantly producing energy, right?
Yeah.
Like electromagnetic
Yeah.
energy. So if you've got so many people thinking about something,
Yeah.
could it bring something?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it also
Potentially, yeah.
Simulation.
It makes sense.
Like,
Makes sense.
you know, there's so much to it, and it's the reason I wanted to do like the simulations one before is because everything we talk about from now on could be part of that. You know, it's like you talk about ghosts. It's like, well, they could just be put there. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so crazy. So I'm going to delve a little bit deeper, but I haven't got too much more, don't worry. One of the remarkable elements of the Enfield poltergeist case was a variety of phenomena experienced by the Hodgson family. Furniture moved on its own, unexplained knocking sounds, and objects were thrown across the rooms were just a few of the eerie occurrences that left the family terrified. These events were not isolated incidents, but happened repeatedly, creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. Maurice and Guy, two of the dedicated paranormal investigators, documented some of the most astonishing moments of the haunting. They witnessed the girls levitating, seemingly defying the laws of gravity, and speaking in strange voices that were not their own. Objects would move inexplicably without any visible human interaction, and these incidents were not only witnessed by the investigators, but also by other observers, adding credibility to the claims.
Didn't police see it as well?
Yeah, so it was
did
police,
see it,
like
yeah.
public servants, like other people. So this is the thing, it was so widely seen.
Yeah.
That's why it's like the biggest and most sort of, for lack of a better term, fantastical thing, is because, like we said earlier, usually it's one family. But you got so many people seeing this shit.
Yeah.
Like, and
Why is everyone seeing that energy?
yeah, and the craziest thing is as well is because it's like, although it's a poltergeist, it's based off of this Bill guy, right?
Yeah.
That adds more credence to it only being a certain family because they're the ones who moved in next. This is my house.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, if you're like, oh, it's a demon in the house, every family is going to see that demon.
Yeah, because he died in there, and they were the next people. He's like, get the fuck out of my
Yeah,
gap.
yeah. So, like,
So,
these...
how did you find any more research though on the people that live there now? And
Yeah, so when I was basically a lot of this has
You went
come
and
from
knocked
another
on
podcast. Yeah. Hello, mate. You're right. Yeah, my name's Josh Warren. I've got Annabelle in the car. No. Yeah. So basically, in a nutshell, nothing.
nothing's happened.
Like the people after they said like because of the stories and that sort of thing, their mind may have played a few tricks on them, but nothing that is like bang. Yes, this is it. It's more like, oh, I hear a creak, but
is that your mind
is it
playing
that's
games?
just, you know, it's a creak on the stairs.
Like you
and-
say, you speak it into existence.
Yeah, and you know, it's like here, our pipes are mad. In the night, our pipes are mad.
What, rattling?
Rattling, right? And like, if someone said to me before I moved here this place was haunted, those pipes would to me be a ghost.
Yeah,
Do
all the
you
time.
see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
So you sort of like talk it into like your own head. Right, bear with me a little bit. So the voice of Bill Wilkins coming through Janet was one of the most bone-chilling aspects of the Enfield hauntings. The spirit claimed to be the former resident of the house, providing information and details that only Bill Wilkins would have known. This included personal memories, information about his family, and even intimate details about his past that were not publicly known. The possession of Janet Hodgson by the spirit of Bill Wilkins added a layer of mystery and intensity to the investigation. As the spirit spoke through her, Janet's voice transformed, taking on the tone and mannerisms of an older man. The authenticity of these interactions left investigators and observers questioning the nature of the haunting and the boundaries between the living and the dead. Like,
Yeah, because it done something to her voice box as well, didn't it?
Yeah. So how it spoke was basically impossible for a woman,
yeah.
especially a young woman, to get those tones
Yeah.
for that amount of time.
Yeah.
Because if I sit here and I talk like this, after 30 seconds, my voice
Yeah,
is...
it was like her. But she done
This
it
was
for like
20 minutes,
yeah.
30 minutes, hours on end. And like then after she was like barely talking because her
Right.
mouth's fucking killing. But like you would because you're being strained. But if you had control, you'd stop.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you were to if you were fucking if you had 120 kilos on your shoulders at the gym, right? You know you can lift it up. So at any point when your legs start hurting, you'll lift it up, right? But say you got 300 and you're stuck in a position you can't lift it up, you're going to be there to the point until someone helps you and your legs are going to kill. You know,
Yeah,
you can't change that. So Janet's possession of Bill Wilkins was not a one-time occurrence. It happened repeatedly during the investigation. The spirit seemed to use Janet as a vessel to communicate with the living, blurring the lines between the physical and the spiritual realms. These interactions were often accompanied by physical manifestations such as objects moving or strange phenomena occurring. All that being said, there was no photo evidence, but it was experienced by the reporters and the police, who all admitted experiencing some paranormal activity. During the experiences, Peggy was offered to move house. She decided she didn't want to move as she wanted to keep, and I quote, her children in a stable home. If you have stuff flying all over the place and the hauntings, how can you call that stable? This is one of many red flags.
Yeah, that's what throws this off a bit to me.
And
Like
that is Enfield in a nutshell. I didn't want to be like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4.
Yeah.
It did gradually get worse, don't get me wrong.
But is that because their energy was thinking about it
Well,
so much?
this is
like,
it.
Yeah.
And then, but they had certain people come in where they'd come in, they'd bless, do whatever, and then for 3 days it'd stop.
Oh, right.
But that, again, mental. Someone's come in, they've saved us.
yeah.
Then you hear a creak, oh fuck. Then you
back,
hear this,
yeah.
oh fuck, bang, bang, bang. Your mind, you can bring that shit onto yourself. Like, so with like, again, this is what I say about like ghost hunters and stuff as well. They're more willing to experience it, so they experience it. Does that make sense? So like a lot of people are like, oh well, if I went in that house, that wouldn't happen to me. But are you open?
Yeah.
Are you willing it?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Do you
saying,
believe in it?
Yeah.
Or like that's the thing, because
Exactly.
it's one of them. I'm trying to think of like an example, but
Even if you think of ghosts as a magnetic frequency that's coming in via your brainwaves or whatever, that would explain why it's not on camera, and it would explain why only certain people can see it, right? Because you're giving off that frequency, bang, bang, bang. Again, it's fucking tinfoil hat shit, kind of, but like, there's so many things to like, what the fuck?
yeah.
But if I seen one, I'd fucking die. I
Yeah.
think I like.
Because Nan said she's seen one.
Yeah, like this is the thing. Nan said she's seen one. Nan's sister said she's seen one. My mum and dad say they've seen shit.
Yeah.
Attic was rattling.
Yeah.
Like, so like obviously with ghosts
Yeah,
as
but
well.
that's another thing though, because we'll
So
go into
Ouija
that, the Ouija
boards.
board.
Like, so I do want to like press of this with like, the idea is with these sort of conversations is like to broadly, vaguely cover everything, and then maybe one day have a specific episode about the Ouija board, because you know for a fact the Ouija board was created by Hasbro and it was pushed and faked and all this shit. But anyway,
Have you got anything on the Ouija board?
I haven't, but I got a lot of mental notes, so you talk to me and I'll come back to you.
So I'll just go through like when it was like made and that, because I took some
Yeah,
notes
yeah.
down on that. According to what I know, the Ouija board is a flat board marked with letters of the Latin alphabet, the numbers 0 to 9, the words yes or no, and occasionally hello and goodbye. Along with various symbols and graphics, it's used as a planchette, a small heart-shaped piece of wood or plastic, as a movable indicator to spell out messages during a seance. Participants place their fingers on the planchette, and it is moved about the board to spell out words. The name Ouija is a trademark of Hasbro, but is often used generically to refer to any talking board. The Ouija board was first advertised in February 1891 in a newspaper as a magical device and art that answered questions about the past, present, and the future with the marvelous accuracy, and promised never failing amusement and recreation for all of the
So it
classes.
was a game.
Yeah.
It was a game.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I knew this. See,
A link between the known and unknown, the material and immaterial. The Ouija board is basically what's sold in board game aisles today. A flat board with the letters of the alphabet arraying in two semicircles around the numbers 0 to 9. It was yes or no in the uppermost corners, goodbye, and at the bottom, accompanied by a planchette, a teardrop-shaped device, usually with a small window in the body, used to maneuver around the board. The idea is that 2 or more people would sit around the board, place their fingertips on the planchette, pose a question, and watch dumbfounded as a planchette moved to the letters to letter, spelling out the answer seemingly of its own accord. The biggest difference is that in the materials, the board is now usually cardboard rather than wood, and the planchette is plastic.
Okay, so you're telling me that this games company who sold this thing as a game didn't make it easy to move by your finger? Do you see what I'm saying? So I would trust more a homemade Ouija board over that. Mm-hmm. Right? So I've actually tried one years and years and years ago. I was like fucking 17, stupid, and I'd never try one now. I won't even download the Spirit Talk app on my phone, which I'll get to in a second. But like, I tried one, nothing happened. But what I will say is, if you've got a bit of wood and a glass on it, and there's 5 of you, you can't move that shit. Like, it's fucking hard, like, because it tips. It just tips. It's got a glide
as well.
Yeah,
like, and you know, wood ain't fucking.
Yeah,
depends what wood you're putting it on. If it's like a sort of like this sort of wood,
smooth, like. But even then, like, you could do that. But if you had someone else there, and you're, how are you communicating to them? I want it to go here. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It would tip, because if you push that too hard, well, that's not going to do it now. But a glass would, right? So the thing with the Ouija board is, like I say, it was created as a game. I think a lot of people took it on. Now, yes, I believe it will work if there's like something there, but it's not going to bring something to you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, people believe they use it to bring someone forward, so you could be here and speak to Hitler
or Dave,
you
your
know,
old neighbour.
You see what I'm saying?
It could be anyone.
It could be anyone that was already here. That's what I think. So I think if it's working, it's a spirit that was already in that place, because they're there and they're moving it. I don't think it's going to bring someone from fucking miles away there. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Then do you not believe that you can summon like a devil or a demon?
No.
But then how do you get away with like people being possessed by them?
So this is the thing. The whole demon thing, they're summoned, but not by, like, it. If I was to say, I would say they're summoned, but not by a Ouija board. I believe if they're summoned, they're already on this plane, whatever you want to call it, and they're just waiting. They're waiting for that one thing, and then bang. That's what I think. But again, it's super hard to fucking. You were never gonna know. Do you know what I mean? But again, that being said, the most sketchy thing that I've experienced involved a Ouija board. So that was when my parents were playing it, and the kettle boiled itself. And they were like talking to my dad's mum apparently, but bollocks, it could have been anything. That's the problem. And that's where that shit will fuck you up. So you were saying about my old house, where you think something was brought to it. They did Ouija boards there all the fucking time. And it was stupid. If you're going to do one, do it like properly. I wouldn't advise doing it anyway. But you don't get fucking high. You don't get drunk and then go, let's do a fucking Ouija board.
Yeah.
Like,
because
fuck.
Yeah.
It's stupid. This goes out to you, Mumsy, you dumb fuck.
Well, yeah, because look all the stuff that happened to her after that.
Again, so
that
like,
could have been
a bit of like personal information on that. So, like, as you know, my mum went through a hell of a time. She's had fucking, I think she had like borderline alcohol-induced schizophrenia. She used to see shit, fucking all that, and this all happened.
To be like early hours in the morning though.
Yeah.
I don't know how it originally occurred, but yeah, it was fucking trippy.
Yeah, she did some booky shit, mate. But as I spoke about before, the whole Wajika Man story, that sort of thing, you know, sketchy shit. She thought she was seeing something. Like, it's nuts. But, that being said, a lot of people who are into this stuff are also into herbs, drugs, you know, all that sort of stuff, you know. So it's very hard to differentiate what's false and true and imagined.
It is where you're getting high, say, does that then bring in such energy or such...
Or does it just make you see shit?
Yeah.
You know? You don't... The long-lasting effects of any drug, as much as they've been tested and they say this drug does this, you don't know because everyone's different. Everyone's brain is so different. The brain is so powerful that any drug can have any effect on anyone. So it all depends on like the stuff. Like it's very, 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 very controversial, the whole ghost thing. And this has like been like a bit more serious than usual because like I don't know, I actually believe it. Like I actually believe it.
I believe
like so fucking much.
I believe God. I believe ghosts.
That it scares me though. Like I believe it enough to like never. So
yeah, but then again, you're watching it a lot. You do watch.
Yeah, I do. I watch it every fucking night. Every night on YouTube, I watch Ghost Hunters. And they use it. So the thing is, what makes me believe shit is like they use this app. It's called Spirit Talker. You can get it on any iPhone, right? Now if I turn this app on, it starts talking to me. The first thing you're going to go is, well, the phone's listening to you. 3G's on. They put it on airplane mode. They walk into the middle of a fucking forest, and it will say stuff and answer their questions.
Oh, okay. So it hasn't got
like they've taken the SIM card out and done this.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing in there receiving a signal, and they will be like, can you say someone's name here? Yeah, Josh. Boom. And you're like, fuck, you know? So I do recommend watching, like, I would always say the overnight channel is really good. It's really fucking good. Like, they don't give a fuck. They do, like, seances. They do fucking Ouija boards. They do it all. They don't give a shit. Some of them are a bit like, oh, no, I won't do that. Like, da-da-da. But he's like, nah, fuck it. I want to find something. Let's do this. Like, big metal doors slamming. Ooh, fucking hell, man. It's fucking scary, bro. That being said, if I seen a ghost of a really sexy lady, because there's a succubus. Have you heard of the ghost called the succubus?
No.
And then you get like sex ghosts as well. So there's like reports of like reports of ghosts that will like they're like, for lack of a better term, rape ghosts.
Yeah.
Like if you watch Paranormal Activity, there's a film called Paranormal Entity, and in the film, obviously it's all fake, so we can laugh about it. Like there's a body and it's just in the air thrusting. Like it's getting like rammed. I'll take it as long as they're fit. I'm game. Like sit on my face. Like but. The thing with that is they'd have like old school names like Deirdre or something, and they're like really sexy blonde bird. And it's like, I'm Deirdre. All right, girl, yeah.
Eileen, Vera.
Names put you off, do you reckon?
Don't know.
Well, like, you're like, nah. If you see a fit bird,
spit on me.
You see a fit bird, but her name was like Beatrice. Would you not be a bit like,
No.
Would you not?
Nah, she's all good. She can.
Just like make up a new name for her. Like, come here, like I don't know, Diamond. I don't know what's the sexy bird's name.
Fucking what in the fucking?
Like, I'm thinking of like I'm thinking of strip clubs.
Diamond.
This is fucking LaQuisha. I don't fucking know strip club names. So yeah, I'd let a sexy ghost bum me if it was a woman. Yeah. So that's where I'm.
But yeah, that would trip me out though. If something does like happen. It would fucking freak me out because I want to get the fuck out of there.
Even the smallest thing as well. Yeah. Like even if you were there and you just went,
or like
imagine,
like that
but imagine if you were there and you just heard, and we were just sat here and all you heard was, I'd be fucking, boom, see you later. This would be a 24-hour podcast because I would not stop recording. By the time I was out, I'm gone. Like, even when I'm editing shit, right? When I'm editing this, I'm looking at the video, I'm just waiting for something to go... like
speaker just slide or
just
something like that.
Something that you don't notice. And how many times do you think someone's like, something happens on video and people just haven't noticed it, you know? Like...
your figurines start moving or something.
Fucking toy soldiers. The Gorgonite.
Yeah.
What was that? Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers.
That's a fucking banger of a film. Recommend watching Small Soldiers. That's an overview of sort of my thoughts on ghosts and a slight little introduction to the Enfield House.
We can have to do another episode on it and talk about another subject maybe.
Yeah, so the idea is like do like the Conjuring House or like Ouija boards or like the Haunting in Connecticut? No. So Amateurville. So I will say that is the film that scared me in my life the most.
See, the scariest film that I probably have seen is
the game Resident Evil.
Nah, the fifth. Is it the fifth dimension or the fourth dimension?
The fourth kind.
Fourth kind.
Yeah,
that's the trickiest
that's
one.
That's alien shit, isn't it?
Yeah,
but it's fake. It's all fake.
How is it?
I researched it. It's all fake.
How?
Even the real footage. It's just a found footage film. It's like Paranormal Activity. People thought that was real when it first came out as fake. Speaking of, probably what's happened is people who watch shit like the Paranormal Activity and stuff have started seeing stuff in quotations more because it's in the zeitgeist more. The Amityville Horror scared the shit out of me, mainly because I was at a young age when I watched it, and like if anyone says like I don't get scared of horror films, really, that film scared me. Like the first time I watched it, I shit my pants. I will say that. Like Paranormal Activity is good though. I bet you can't watch it, can you?
No, I can't watch that shit.
So Bipper's actually a massive pussy.
I am. When it comes to stuff like that, I remember because I was well over 18 when I watched that.
Yeah.
Because I was with an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I had to sleep with the light on.
Fuck off.
I swear.
You are a bitch though. You got scared of like the Resident Evil game and stuff.
Yeah.
And the dogs jump out the window.
Yeah, that was back on the PlayStation days. That did freak the fuck out of me.
Silent Hill's a sketchy one as well. So that's what I think like more as like Ghost could be. Is like, have you ever seen Silent Hill?
It's not really.
They go. So the premise of Silent Hill is basically that she like dies. So there's a car crash. She dies. She's actually in a different dimension. She's a ghost. But the whole film is this horror film about her being in this like ghost city where it's like fucking like Resident Evil type demons and shit.
Yeah.
But her fella is still looking for her because they've never found the body.
Yeah, I
Right.
think I have, and he goes in with like the torch and shit. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And like when it's her point of view, the shit starts changing. Like the walls start peeling, the paint because it's so old and outdated. And he's walking through, but he can sense her and hear her.
Right.
You know. And if you think of it that way, it could be that there's a separate dimension where they're all in communication. There's loads of ghosts. They're living their life.
Yeah.
They don't even know they're ghosts.
No.
We're living on this plane. Because imagine if you die, you don't know you didn't know you were dead, and you just carried on living.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's what the ghosts are.
and that's all they're doing. And when you hear these knocks, it's an act like it's just a ripple. It's just that tiny little, for lack of a better term, portal that comes through to our dimension. You know, it's like stuff like that. There's so many different ideas.
Yeah.
But if I was going to choose one, that's what I would do. You imagine you've got two flat bits of paper. This bottom one is their dimension. This one's our dimension. And every now and again, there's a little pin prick in
Like
that
every
paper.
time we maybe die, we go to a different level, like sort of.
Yeah, you could look. Yeah, there's so many different fucking ways of looking at it. Like
Weird.
different dimensions. Like the whole idea of talking about things like ghosts, simulation theory, that sort of thing, is great because we're never gonna know.
Yeah.
Like we will never ever know. Unless, like, it's like aliens as well. That's close to us knowing because of the Disclosure Project. Can't wait to do an episode on aliens.
Yeah.
But
I'll have
like,
to do that soon.
again, we may never
And
know.
Skinwalker Ranch. I reckon.
Yeah, Skinwalker Ranch, alien. Like, there's so much we can talk about. But we will close that one for now. Yeah. It's a bit different, but this is sort of how the format's going to be now.
Yeah.
I think we're more like moving to. We're not going to sit here for an hour and tell shit jokes and how it started was great. To get used to talking on a microphone and how to do it, I think that's where that's helped us. There's going to be people who listen to this who like what we used to do, don't know what we're doing now, but hopefully there's people who like what we do now and know what we used to do, vice versa. But stick around. Anything that you think, oh, it'd be great for you to talk about, let us know.
Let us know anything like
I'm well up for researching because the more you like, the more we learn, the more people learn, and I want to learn about shit.
Yeah.
Because the benefit of like listening to podcasts and doing this, and especially with our job as well, I feel like we both know a little bit of everything. So like if I meet John in the street and he knows about fucking paragliding, at least I can have a slight conversation with him because I've heard about it on a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if we can sort of give that off as well, it would be great. But let us know if you've got a topic you think we should talk about. Let us know. Let us know what you think about ghosts in the comments of the post. And then, as always, please hit our socials up. We're on YouTube, Breeze and Bants, Instagram, Breeze and Bants, TikTok, Breeze and Bants, Facebook, Breeze and Bants, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Can you
There's
put
a
the
link tree in our
put
bio. I put it
in
in the comments and the bio to this video /podcast as well, so you can hit the link tree at the bottom. Check it out. Just subscribe, follow, rate, review, like.
Be
and
much
if you do fancy
appreciated.
it, share it. Cause we basically need the algorithm to push us up. And we can't do that without these guys' help, you know? We appreciate you listening. Love. Anything else from you?
Have a great day. We're out.
Happy 1 year. Bye.
Bye bye.